Are you considering having an aesthetic procedure performed? Confused by all the information out there? Welcome to It's a Young Thing, where Nurse Paula Young arms you with the knowledge on all things cosmetic and aesthetic. And now, Nurse Paula Young.
Hey, it's Nurse Paula here again from It's a Young Thing. And today we're going to be talking about selfie surgeries. Yep, believe it or not, it's actually something. I'm not a selfie person. I'm in my 50s, and taking a selfie of myself is definitely not something that I'm accustomed to or used to or even want to do. But you know what? Social media has really caused this barrage of selfies. I know even Kim Kardashian to put out her selfie book, and the whole book is nothing but her selfies, and everybody's really into it. People want to look better for their selfies. This is a social media launched trend. Hard to believe. You've even caught, like on TMZ, stars being caught photoshopping their waistlines every day. It just happens. People are really concerned about how they look, especially in photographs. So, because selfies are primarily done of the face, believe it or not, the number one procedure that people are seeking out with procedures on the rise is lip augmentation. And you all know that kind of became real famous when Kylie Jenner inflated her lips. And there's a big controversy with that. Did she do it? Didn't she do it? Everybody knew she did it. You can't get lips that big, without, having some sort of augmentation done to it. But another popular treatment, believe it or not, is the neck fat under the chin and jowls. A lot of people are trying to stretch their neck up so they can get a better photo of themselves, so their neck looks a little thinner. And we call that area the submental region underneath the chin. So if you ever research that a little bit, it's called submental fat. And the third thing that people are getting done, believe it or not, for better selfies is nose jobs. A lot of people don't like the profile of their nose. They got a bump on their nose. They maybe broke their nose. So here you have it. Lips, nose, chin. Put all those three things together, you get a great selfie. So, why are people doing this, or how are they doing it? Mainly they're doing, a lot of fillers. If they're not undergoing the knife or, plastic surgery for the nose, they're doing things that reduce the fat underneath the chin. There's a lot of non-invasive treatments that we'll talk about in future podcasts of how you can reduce that double chin. So make sure you subscribe to my podcast so you don't miss that podcast. But there's also dermal fillers are used, lips, chin, cheeks, under the eyes, sunken eyes. There's a lot of different ways that you can use dermal fillers to really get a nice plumped up, youthful looking appearance for your selfies. So are you a selfie addict? There's better filters and camera angles that are actually you can do on your iPhone and some of your smartphones that are actually cheaper and reversible if you're not happy. So I found this model on the internet. Her name is Tess Holliday. She's a plus size model, and she shot a lot of fashion campaigns, and she's a master at doing selfies. And, I'm going to quote some of her tips that she gives you for better selfies, and I think they're absolutely brilliant. One of them is, number one, hold the camera close to your face. Don't angle it from above. She said, bring it in close to your face. You'll get a more youthful appearance. Another thing she says, natural and indirect light is your friend. Make sure that you don't highlight your face with a bright light in a room. Just use the natural lighting that's there. If you're taking a selfie outdoors, make sure the sun is at your back. If you put the sun directly behind your head, it almost gives you this angelic glow about your face and makes you look fresh and youthful. Let's see. How about you want to create some curves? You want to look curvier in your full body selfie? Try putting your hand high on your hip, she says. Pop out one knee or cross your legs over. Those types of things make you look a little slimmer. All right, you're taking one of those sexy selfies laying down. Don't know why you want to do it, but if you're laying down, prop your head on up a pillow, she says, and put one arm up behind your head so you look a little more demure. Let's see, here's the number one selfie I see. Gym rats, everybody, the mirror selfie. Everybody takes a picture of themselves in the mirror. Make sure you're in natural light or being lit from the front. And she says that's what's going to make you look the best in your selfies. So you know what? I'm ready for my close-up. I'm going to go and try these things and post a bunch of selfies. We'll see what I look like. So that's it for today for It's a Young Thing. I'm Nurse Paula Young. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast on iTunes. That way you won't miss a single episode when they're released. And they're also available on SoundCloud and on my website at youngmedicalspa.com. youngthing.spa.com. So please understand, this is not medical advice, but more so just sharing of my experiences. If you know of someone you think might find this information useful, make sure you share.
You've been listening to It's a Young Thing with Nurse Paula Young. If we didn't discuss a topic you're interested in today, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, so when we do, you don't miss it. The cosmetic aesthetic world can be confusing. We're here to arm you with quality, truthful information from our many years of experience. For even more info, youngmedicalspa.com.
This has been a Steve Mittman social media creation. Steve Mittman, socialmedia.com.
The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this podcast disclaim any liability in connection with the material expressed herein. This information should not be substituted for individual medical counseling. Information on this podcast is not intended to diagnose or prescribe treatment for any condition. It is intended for educational purposes only, based on the research and experience of Young Medical Spa. Discussion of specific treatments is done only in an office visit directly with the patient. Contact our office to schedule.